It's Friday, December 12th. In the headlines, Cabinet approves a tax-free $200,000 relief grant for workers hit by Hurricane Melissa. In business news, government to establish a database of small businesses. Regionally, our reporter Marlon Samuels reviews a section of China's new policy paper that focuses on strengthening ties with Latin America and the Caribbean. In sports, assistant head coach at St. George's College, Marcel Gale, tipped to take over from Neville Bell. This is the Weekend News on PBC Jamaica. I'm Simone Absalom Gale. Cabinet has approved a tax-free $200,000 relief grant for workers affected by Hurricane Melissa. Finance Minister Favour Williams announced the measure in a statement to the House of Representatives this week. She explained that under current tax laws, there is no clear mechanism to exempt temporary disaster-related payments from income tax when employers provide support to employees.
A review of the Act indicates that apart from the Minister's discretionary remission authority under Section 86, which applies only where it is considered just and equitable, there is no statutory mechanism through which disaster relief payments may be accorded non-taxable status on a consistent or system-wide basis following a declared disaster.
The Finance Minister says her ministry has already established and put into operation an employee support and relief program to facilitate one-off or limited disaster relief payments to affected workers.
The Ministry of Finance and the Public Service has implemented and operationalized an employee support and relief program to support one-off or a limited series of disaster relief payments. The program permits employers to provide an honorarium either as a single payment or as multiple payments from the 1st of November 2025 to 31st of March 2026, up to an aggregate maximum of Jamaican dollars 200,000 without incurring statutory liability for either the employee or the employer.
More than 30 residents of St. Thomas have been sworn in to give service to the country as justices of the peace. Speaking at the recent ceremony at Whispering Bamboo Cove Resorts, Justice Minister Delroy Chuck urged the JPs to work together to improve the justice and security system.
St. Thomas has a number of JPs, Buses indicated just over 400. And you will add to that complement, where we're hoping that you will be proactive, you will be very available.
After sharing matters that the new JPs might face while carrying out their duties, Minister Chuck cautioned that the office of the Justice of the Peace should be above reproach.
Any one of you who act inappropriately, unprofessionally, or any misconduct, bear in mind, you're not only hurting yourself, but you're hurting your fellow JPs. Because when you do anything wrong as a JP, there's a broad brush. You see all the JPs and the...
The Justice Minister furthered that some JPs unwittingly facilitate corruption through their actions.
JPs, unfortunately, because they turn a blind eye to far too many things, are responsible for opening doors of corruption and illegality in the country. When you sign and witness a document and verify an identification of someone you don't know, believe me, you have opened the door to corruption. So unless you know the person, unless you can verify their identification, Say, I can't do it.
Minister with responsibility for environment, Matthew Samuda, says he had mixed reactions at the outcome of the 2025 United Nations Climate Change Conference, commonly referred to as COP30. Speaking at a COP30 recap press conference, he explained that although there were some positive outcomes, he observed that large developed states are still not taking the shared experience of small island developing states seriously. COP30 focused on escalating climate action, adopting the Belém political package with key outcomes like a signal to triple adaptation finance by 2035. Speaking to representatives from small island states, Minister Samuda shared that Jamaica's weather patterns have shifted over the last few years. He notes that over the last 4 years, Jamaica has experienced its third and fourth worst droughts, 2 tropical storms, and its hottest day on record.
That's climate change in reality. That's not a figment of imagination. That's not an academic debate for us at this stage. Our weather patterns have shifted, and it has exacerbated existing developmental challenges and economic challenges that all of us would face, certainly in the region, and most SIDS would face generally.
Moving beyond negotiation, COP30 aimed to emphasize practical solutions, sector-specific action like transportation, and linking climate action to human development, jobs, and equity. However, Minister Samuda says he is disappointed about the level of urgency he observed at this year's COP30.
Because seeing what Jamaica is going through, seeing what Vietnam is going through currently, seeing extreme weather events pop up all around the world over the last 10 days, you would think that the urgency and the facts staring us in the face would have brought about greater ambition. But unfortunately, the global geopolitical landscape didn't allow for us to go much further.
He also notes some positive outcomes, including adaptation and its new finance style.
The commitment to the 1.3 trillion is important. I think the big loss was the no fade out and no talks really on fade out of fossil fuels. But I do think the launch of the Tropical Forest Forever facility by the Brazilian government is a particularly important step. I think the steps taken by the government of Colombia in them pushing the discussions on phase out of fossil fuel kind of lay the groundwork for what could be some success in the years to come.
He also notes the development of the Loss and Damage Fund as a positive outcome.
In terms of agreeing to particular framework structures and agreeing to the replenishment cycle. And I'm actually, not afraid to acknowledge the administrative work that has been done by Ibrahima and his team in terms of getting that fund operationalized to the point where it will be open for submissions on December 15th.
Tax Administration Jamaica is reminding employers and self-employed persons that several key tax payments are due on Monday, December 15. With December 14 falling on a weekend, the employer's monthly statutory deduction return, covering PAYE, education tax, NHT, NIS, and HART, is now due on the next business day. Also due are fourth quarter estimated corporate income tax payments and self-employed statutory obligations. TAJ says staying compliant avoids penalties and help eligible employers benefit from the employment tax credit. Taxpayers are urged to use online payment channels, including the TAJ website and major banks' platforms. For assistance, call 888-TAX-HELP or visit jamaicatax.gov.jm. As Jamaicans search for wholesome, family-oriented activities this Christmas, Emancipation Park is inviting the public to this year's staging of Christmas at E-Park on Sunday, December 14. Activities get underway at 2 p.m. with a vendor's village and a kiddies village, and will culminate later in the afternoon with a massive concert. Manager of Emancipation Park, Clivia Green, highlights some of the day's activities.
The activities will be quite wholesome. It will have a whole day of activities, well, starting at 2 p.m. to 9:30. And there will be something for every member of the family. Bring the children, bring grandma, bring everybody. The activities will involve a vendor's village, and we'll be selling food, gift items, jewelry, you name it. We'll also have a kiddies village.
In addition to the fun and entertainment, in fulfillment of its role as a corporate citizen, Emancipation Park is inviting the public to bring in-kind donations to support Jamaicans impacted by Hurricane Melissa.
Aid with hurricane relief. We're asking the public, everyone who is coming, bring something for persons who have suffered in Hurricane Melissa. Bring a toy for a child, bring a non-perishable item, tinned food, anything you can. We'll be collecting to be able to assist with the hurricane victims.
As December begins, Christmas lights are going up and stores are rolling out their displays. But with the disruption and stress brought on by Hurricane Melissa, the holiday spirit may feel a little different this year. Some families are still recovering, while others are trying to hold on to tradition despite the challenges. Brittany Walker went into the streets to find out, are people really feeling the Christmas season after Hurricane Melissa?
Oh my God, sweetheart, this is going to be the nicest Christmas.
With the recent disaster, Hurricane Melissa, the impact she left on Jamaica as a whole, we are wondering, are you feeling Christmas 2025? We went into downtown Kingston and we asked people, are you feeling the upcoming Christmas season? My name is Brittany Walker and welcome to another episode of Unfiltered.
This Christmas, I'm going to take more right now. I have to see Christmas because I know I can't see it. Everybody has a Christmas and I know me can't see it, but broke.
Tell me, overall, what you love about Christmas? Are the food, the people, them tell?
No people, food alone. We just go to the yard, can take a look food, and we eat. And then we find one next yard, and then we take a look food, and we eat. And find one next yard, take a look food, and eat.
Boy, how I feel? Christmas will come. Money I will make Christmas. All the disaster will come to Jamaica. We are going to make money. Because you see all the way flood out, they still want a year to going to change to look nice, So we are going to make money Christmas by the good grace of God, baby.
You do hear?
Make every party here in a straight line.
I don't feel it because the hurricane blow the people in house and we are trying to help them out and sing.
This Christmas for 2025, it now got that successfully, especially with the vendor them, because most family have to turn out to who ever get destroyed by the storm. I remember we did get one already before in the year, so we kind of under look at distress now, and people are going to really save for help and do the main thing. So they're not going to get really party fever this Christmas. But like certain things like me, like food, it's going to sell as usual. So from the crowd there, they're going to go busy and look where they look and we sell. But like for certain vendors now, I have to help them when them come from them short or bills or 50 because I know it's going to slow up on some vendors.
Oh my God, sweetheart, this is going to be the nicest Christmas.
Why you think so?
Remember, a bag of things blow away, and from things blow away, things have to repair, So, a bag of money I spend. A bag of money I spend, man, that Christmas, man. Furniture, bed, curtain, slippers, jeans, shirt, food. There's so much food I sell.
Well, I can't do nothing about that now, but the government and other people are help and them are send aid. So all we have to do is just hope and pray that aid reach everybody and everybody can get help, and then the place will return back to normal and everything will be good.
You never really trouble with our towns, but if we have done really send up people in the country see and we are still a small deal, but you never really affect with our town and so. So, I don't know, you know, really, remember the system big and we, you know. We do what we can do. From our town, if we can send a bag of Thai people, we can send them for Barbados, so we do the thing.
Watch it up. I don't believe. Kingston 30. I'm hard rock.
Time now for the business report with Denise Williams.
Welcome to today's business report. I'm Denise Williams, here to bring you the stories shaping the financial world and guiding your journey to smarter business decisions. Let's dive into the top headlines. Chairman of the Jamaica Association for Microfinancing, Dr. Blossom O'Mealy Nelson, is proposing a $5,000 grant in exchange for registration by informal small businesses. Dr. O'Mealy Nelson told RJR News that identifying members of the micro enterprise sector remains a major challenge, and she is urging the government to speed up assistance to these small operators. She says the sector is hard to reach because no national database exists to show how many micro businesses operate or where they are located. Dr. O'Mealy Nelson believes the problem could be resolved by offering small entrepreneurs a grant tied to formal registration. She suggested a simple system in which each operator would receive a government-issued card and $5,000 after providing their name, address, and details of their business activity. General Manager of Key Insurance Company, Tamara Glaves Husey, says there has been a 30 to 35% spike in motor insurance claims since the passage of Hurricane Melissa. However, she pointed out to RJR News that this is not surprising given the devastation caused by the hurricane. Mrs. Glaves Husey indicated that claims for glass damage dominated the claims made because of shattered windscreens and windows due to falling debris. She also stressed that a number of claims were submitted for vehicles that were washed away or severely damaged because of flooding and landslides. West Indies Petroleum Terminal is preparing to list just over 11 billion shares on the main market of the Jamaica Stock Exchange at 50 cents each. VM Wealth Management will serve as the lead broker for the upcoming offer. For the financial year ended December 31, 2024, the company reported revenues of US $8.2 million and net profits of US $1 million. Chief Executive Officer Charles Chambers says the planned listing is intended to create liquidity for current shareholders, boost the company's visibility, and allow easier access to equity financing in the future. For the trading period ending December 12, 2025, these were the most actively traded stocks. Trans-Jamaica Highway Limited with 1,631,087 units, representing 15.56% of market sales volume. Kintyre Holdings Jamaica Limited with 1,034,509 units, representing 9.87% of market sales volume. Regency Petroleum Company Limited with 815,980 units, representing 7.79% of market sales volume. We now shift our focus to the Forex market rate set by the Bank of Jamaica. On December 12, 2025, the Bank of Jamaica reported US $55 million purchased and US $59.54 million sold by Forex traders. Forex traders earned $2.21 per dollar, selling the US at $161.10 and buying the US at $158.89. The Canadian dollar netted Forex traders 92 cents per transaction, with selling at $117.13 and buying at $116.21. The British pound yielded Forex traders $1.44 in profits, with selling at $213.58 and buying at $215.02. For our credit report tip of the day, the end of the year sparks emotion and urgency all at once. Celebrations to plan, gifts to buy, bills to manage, and the quiet promise you've made to yourself to step into next year stronger. Instead of letting the season sweep you into overspending, this is your moment to act. Right in the middle of the shopping trips and the holiday errands, you can take control. Download your free credit report, check every detail with intention, call your bank to fix anything that doesn't look right, and redirect extra income towards tightening up your balances. This is the season to move with purpose and set yourself up to enter the new year with clarity, confidence, and a credit profile that reflects your determination. And that wraps up today's business report. I'm Denise Williams, reminding you that every financial decision is a step toward your future. Until next time, stay focused, stay informed, and keep striving for success. See you soon.
In regional news, China's latest policy paper signals a strategic shift in its approach to Latin America and the Caribbean, promising deeper economic, diplomatic, and developmental ties that could reshape the region's future. Our reporter Marlon Samuels is in Beijing, and he filed this report.
The release of China's third policy paper on Latin America and the Caribbean marks a significant milestone in Beijing's engagement with the region. This comprehensive document outlines China's plan to foster closer cooperation through economic investments, infrastructure, projects, and diplomatic partnerships. For the Caribbean, including Jamaica, the policy paper signals new opportunities for trade, development, and strategic alliances amid shifting global dynamics. The policy paper emphasizes China's commitment to mutual growth, highlighting initiatives to support sustainable development, technology transfer, and regional stability. It aims to bolster China's influence as a key partner in Latin America and the Caribbean. They could possibly leverage China's increased engagement without compromising their sovereignty or economic independence.
As always, China will firmly support LAC countries in upholding independence and seeking strength through unity. We support LAC countries in exploring modernization paths that suit their national conditions. We hope to see more engagement at all levels, and more sharing of experience on state governance and modernization between our two sides. It is important to note that the relationship between China and LAC countries is mutually beneficial and free from any geopolitical calculations. It does not target any third party, nor should it be subject to interference from any third party. China rejects certain countries' propensity to project its own views onto others and pressure LAC countries to pick sides. China will share with LAC countries the development opportunities generated by Chinese modernization, and help countries in the region enhance the capacity for independent and sustainable development.
For Jamaica, a nation seeking economic diversification and growth, this could mean increased foreign investments and new avenues for trade. Experts say, while there are opportunities, careful navigation is essential to maximize benefits and mitigate risks.
So this is what we're doing here. We are trying to foster and get deeper into this cooperation with China and CELAC. We have adopted the plan of action and a political declaration last May here in Beijing. So the intention of this event is to continue monitoring and following up on the actions for the near future and the concrete areas where we are going to work on a voluntary basis from the CELAC countries. Because of course we have different priorities and different interests, but in the end China is a reliable partner, so the idea is to continue working with them.
And so it's a working document. It's a document that will enable us to attract lots of Chinese investors to come to invest in our region, because in our Sustainable Development Goal objectives of 2030, the Agenda 2030, we believe that this fifth policy paper of China on Latin America and the Caribbean is fitting directly in line with what we have been trying to accomplish over the years.
As China charts a new course in its relationship with Latin America and the Caribbean, the region's leaders will be watching closely, balancing opportunities with caution in this evolving geopolitical landscape. I'm Marlon Samuels in Beijing, China, reporting for the news on PBCJ.
As tourism officials and key stakeholders bask in the ambiance of this winter tourist season, the Barbadian government is moving with full steam to expand its tourism footprint across other markets. Minister of Tourism and International Transport, Ian Gooding-Edgehill, says the plan for the immediate future is to increase arrivals from countries in Africa and the Gulf states. He spoke to CBC News about the plan during the recent interview.
Barbados' tourism sector is experiencing a period of significant growth, with officials expressing encouragement over a continuous influx of visitors that has seen stayover arrivals exceed pre-pandemic levels. This growth is as a result of targeted marketing and expanded airline capacity. Minister of Tourism Ian Gooding-Edgehill, who is the man leading the charge, says the plan for 2026 is to continue tapping into new source markets.
We are going after the African and the Gulf States market. And when I say Gulf States, some people might commonly refer to it as the Middle East. We're going after that market strategically. We're also going after the Asia Pacific market as well. We believe that when you look at the continent of Africa, when you look at what the numbers involved in the UAE and other parts of the Middle East, like Saudi Arabia and those countries, it's a wonderful opportunity for us to direct some of our marketing activities in those areas.
And there are also plans to step up marketing efforts in the Asia and the Pacific region.
Of course, we know cricket is something that is well known in Australia, New Zealand, and obviously India and Pakistan and elsewhere. But what we're doing is that we believe that there's golden opportunities for us to harvest as a result of the strategic decisions that we're taking.
Meanwhile, Barbados continues to experience an encouraging winter tourist season. Last Sunday, more than 11,000 cruise passengers passed through the Bridgetown port.
They were all over Barbados visiting our attractions, and it therefore means that the efforts that we've put in to the marketing of Barbados, and clearly the direction from my ministry in terms of where we go and how we encourage more tourists to visit Barbados, continues to pay significant dividends in terms of the arrivals.
Officials are also encouraged by long-stay visitors coming through the Grantley Adams International Airport. Onesta Henry, CBC News.
In sports, we get on with football. After 2 decades as assistant head coach at St. George's College, Marcel Gale has emerged as a leading candidate to guide the school's bid to reclaim its status as a football powerhouse. And if given the job, he says he intends to chart a new course. Mr. Gale served alongside longtime coach Neville Burtis Bell during the institution's most dominant years, a period that produced 5 Manning Cup titles and 15 trophies in total, including Walker Cups, Oliver Shields, and the Champions Cup. Currently head coach of Waterhouse FC, Gale says he's still coming to terms with Bell's unexpected departure. And that's the weekend news on PBCJ. You can follow us on our social media platforms at PBCJamaica. Thanks for watching.